Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, bringing you a new deck. It's pretty cool. It's not very strong, not super competitive in the current meta. It consistently does what it's trying to do. That's just not super great in the meta. Why am I saying that? Because it has no real inherent back row, and back row is huge in Duel Links. No inherent way to stop back row. So before I get more into that, we'll just talk about the deck. So this is the card that I've been trying to use for Xyzs. Is Terra Tiger, the Empowered Warrior. When this card's normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand in defense position. So I was just thinking, what normal monsters out there have more going on than just being a normal monster, you know? And I went with Gem Knights. So this is what I was focusing on. 3 Terra Tigers, 3 unexpected dies. Then we just had to have some normal monsters that actually did stuff. So obviously Gem Knights can fuse and become stronger Gem Knights. So I figured they'd be a good target for this kind of deck. But like I said, there's just no inherent back row protection, no inherent way to stop back row. We are just completely at the whims of back row. So often, even just one little Karma Cut is going to crush us. Anything. Little Floodgates, not so much, but spot removals like Regeki Breaks, stuff like that, and it's everywhere. You know Karma Cut's everywhere, you know Fiendish Chain is everywhere. So it really hampers our duels. It's not the greatest deck just because of that. Like I said, what it does is consistent, and it does put out good monsters. It does have Xyzs summons, obviously. It just doesn't hit that back row. Back row eats it alive, and with that kind of weakness, you're not really going to go far. But it's still such a cool deck. So Terra Tiger obviously will special summon any one of our normal boys. That gives us an Xyzs summon. Terra Tiger is in fact a warrior. So when you have 2 of them in your hand, you get Zubaba General. Other than that, just Utopia for those first turn plays, and Gaga Samurai to attack those vulnerable fields. Now, like I said, Gem Knights have a little more going on. We're using Garnet, Tourmaline, I don't know if I said that right, and Sapphire. That gives us a pretty rich pool of fusion monsters to use. Obviously we're using Brilliant Diamond, who takes 3, so we're not going to use her as much, but then she'll tribute a monster on the field to bring out another fusion. Now we're also using Prisma Aura, that's a weird word. He takes a Thunder, so he would need our Tourmaline and another Gem Knight, and then you get to discard a Gem Knight card and destroy a face-up monster. You're usually always going to have a card to fuel his effect, because Gem Knight Fusion will return to your hand just by banishing one of your Gem Knights from the graveyard. We don't really need him in the graveyard, so we'll gladly banish him, and then you have the fuel, guys. So it always works out. You're always going to have it in the graveyard. You're always going to have fuel to use this boy's effect. So he's one of the ones you'll use more often. We also have Citrine, very strong, one of the very few monsters who even acknowledge back row, but all he really does is stop battle traps, so not the most useful in the world. But he's 2200, he'll also stop monster effects. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage steps. So like I said, stops battle traps, stops certain effects, pretty good stuff. But he's only 2200, so he's not too crazy huge. Then we're using Ruby. Ruby requires Garnet. We are in fact using Garnet. And just another Gem Knight. Once per turn, you can tribute one face-up gem monster you control. This card gains attack equal to the tributed monster's attack on the field until the end phase. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. So that's pretty good. Generally, like I said, though, you're going to use your Prisma Aura or your Brilliant Diamond when you can, or you'll be doing those Xyzs summons. Zubaba Generals only when you have 2 Terra Tigers. This is your first turn. This is when you're ready to finish your opponent off. Then attack on Treacherous Trap Hole, such a strong card. I think I won every duel where I get Treacherous, so back row be darned. You're still going to win with Treacherous. It's such a strong card. But yeah, this has no answer to a back row. One Karma Cut and you're going to be screaming at your screen. It really sucks. But cool monsters, cool Gem Knight monsters. You got those Xyzs with Terror Knights and the unexpected dies. So it does what I'm trying to do. It's consistently pulling off these combos. It's just not enough to, like, I wouldn't even try to cog this deck. So that's what I'm talking about here. But it's still cool. I still really want to use Terror Tiger. The only thing with normal monsters I could think of beyond Gem Knights would be like tuners, maybe normal tuners, and do some synchros and some Xyzs. Maybe we'll try that with Terror Tiger and Unexpected Die. But until then, we were playing with Gem Knights. This is a cool little revisit, but it was getting kind of clapped. So I hope you guys enjoy, and, oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot to say we're using Ties That Bind. Just to get our boys, you can get a Garnet up to 2k just by himself. And obviously, Gaga Samurai gets to 2k. That's lethal, guys. But I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Okay, here we are facing a My Valentine. Going second, poor girl was trying to get a rank up. Not today versus Gem Knight Xyz summoning. He was Blackwings too, so this guy really messed something up. Here he's going Black Whirlwind. Has to just normal summon a Blizzard, super random card to have as a level 2 tuner, so he's on to some other stuff. But we have plenty of monsters, so we're going to normal summon our Empowered Warrior. 2 Sapphire actually can't be fused in anything, now I'm thinking about it. They can't do anything, so we really needed that Terror Tiger. Terror Tiger goes right into Gaga Samurai. We're going to Ties That Bind, use that boy. Now, like I said, you're virtually never going to lose a duel where you have Treacherous Trap Pull. As long as you really know when to use it, and for most decks it should be obvious, you're just going to crush them. So here our boy uses a Gale, brings out a Gale, he's going to special summon a Zephyr. Don't want to use it yet, we got to see what he's doing. We still have lethal. Even if Gaga Samurai stays at 950, with his double attack, that's still lethal over 1500. So now he finally shows what he's doing. Brings out a Dust. We kill both the Dust and the Gale, leaving him with just a Zephyr and a Squall face up. Obviously we'd be able to kill the 2 of them, so he has to scoop. He really shouldn't have scooped. I mean, we were maybe potentially going to draw into more plays, but he had means for a comeback. All he needed was any monster to normal summon, then he could search a Gale. Stuff like that, but he scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's Seto Kaiba. Going second. We're going second. He's using Blue Eyes, Sleeve and Mat with his ultimate dragon stack. This guy is just full Seto. Maybe that's what I should try doing, because I'm sure he doesn't use that Sleeve and Mat for every duelist. Maybe he just does it for this Kaiba and then has other stuff. And generally just use the same Sleeve and Mat for every character. Anyway, starting with Unexpected Die. We're going into a Gem Knight Fusion. Our opponent just has 1 back row. We have a Citrine, okay. Then we get another Gem Knight Fusion. We could have gone with our Brilliant Diamond, but we don't really need to because we're gonna Xyz, guys. So we normal summon the Garnet, bring out the Gaga Samurai. Now we have a Citrine and a Gaga Samurai. Ties That Bind, 2100, 2400. He does ignore back row, but only really battle traps, and it seems like our opponent didn't have anything anyway, and we hit a nice vulnerable field. Super easy. We had a whole swing to spare. Great stuff, guys. Alright, Jesse versus Jaden. A classic. We're going second. No Sleever Map for our boy. We're going to show him why that's a mistake. So we're starting with Terror Tiger. We also have some fusion options. Our boy's using heroes. He searches a Ferris. Chooses not to do the Ferris plays though. Very questionable. Leaves just a Stratos. This deck can handle vulnerable fields. It's going to find a way to an OTK. You just gotta handle back row, and there's just no way to do it. We need like a boss who's untargetable, who's gonna negate back row, something like that. But here we're going with Gaga Samurai, right into a Gem Knight Fusion of our Prismora. Now remember, Prismora is always gonna have it. He's always gonna have that effect, because you can just return the fusion card from the grave to your hand by banishing one of your Gem Knights. You're obviously always gonna have Gem Knights in there, because you just fused with them. So we would have been able to destroy that Stratos, swing for like over 6,000 damage or something crazy like that. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's a Zane Truesdale going first. He's using Alexis and Akiza, so this guy's into those GX girls. When you have Treacherous, you're gonna win. I'll tell you right now, this guy's name is 420 IQ Plays. That's actually pretty common. So we normal summon, set our Treacherous. We're facing just one little back row. So So we get a normal summon our Gem Knight Sapphire into a Gagaga Samurai. Ties the bind, guys. 100 damage makes all the difference. 2k plus 2k. Probably had a dead card, well obviously had a dead card pack there. And we get to pick on yet another vulnerable field. That's how easy Gagaga Samurai is. He's probably the best Xyzs monster we have right now. Crazy, crazy stuff, guys. Alright, here we are fighting Dapper Kaiba, or Dapper Mokuba Kaiba, going first. I don't think our opponent puts up much of a fight here, but I want to show you what 2 Terra Tigers do. So we get an unexpected die. That's going to be 1 Sapphire. Now we're going to Terra Tiger. That special summons the other Sapphire. Go right into Zubaba General. Now we get to equip that last Terra Tiger. We got to keep a Sapphire on the field. 3800, 2100. Completely scared off our boy. He's terrified. So as you can see, is kind of picking on some weaker fields, some weaker decks. Other than that, I was just running into tons of Karma Cut who are just, you know, this deck has no answer whatsoever to Karma Cut. They're just, get out of here, get out of here. Super annoying, but it's still a fun deck. It does what it does. It gets those monsters out there, but you need something. You need some Hatred Nades, you need some Cosmic Cyclones. This deck doesn't really have the room for that, so you need some boss monsters who can answer that. Sadly, we don't have any yet. I'm sure there's crazy, crazy Xyzs monsters down the pipes. I'm sure these are the lame Xyzs monsters we're getting, just like we got the lame Synchro monsters when they were brand new. So I'm optimistic for a deck like this to get better boss monsters because it pumps out Fusion and Xyzs monsters super easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.